tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we all enjoy it.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
Place economic stability and confidence.
And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites, which I do.
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we all enjoy it.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
Place economic stability and confidence.
I drop a cleaner to leave of this minister at the temple of God.
Because access to our money we put in the bank.
As always said, there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites, which I do.
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we all enjoy it.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
Place economic stability and confidence.
I drop a cleaner to leave of this minister at the temple of God.
Because access to our money we put in the bank.
As always said, there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites, which I do.
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we all enjoy it.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
Place economic stability and confidence.
Temple of God.
Because access to our money we put in the bank.
As always and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites, which I do.
No matter how tough the challenge,
My people are on the sea.
Place economic stability and confidence.
I drop a cleaner to leave of this minister minister in the temple of God.
Because access to our money we put in the bank.
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites, which I do.
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we all join them.
This morning is Jackson Leko-Ojo, a socio-political analyst. Good morning, Jackson, and welcome to Open Conversation.
It's my pleasure once again. Good morning, Nigerians.
And also joining me on the show as well is Nze Nze, a socio-political analyst. Good morning, Nze, and welcome to Open Conversation.
And you forgot that he's the advocate of the masses.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, and on to the story. Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State says there is no going back in the state local government council elections, insisting the elections will be held as scheduled by the over the weekend when he received scores of people who defected to the People's Democratic Party at Ikwere local government area of the state. According to him, preparations were at the advanced stage to hold the elections, and he asked party, adding that all new members will have equal opportunities in the state. Let me start with you, Nze. What is your take on the story?
It is just very nice. I thank God that Governor Siminalayi Fubara is beginning to take a bold step. And he is doing some certain things just to impress the masses, the people of Rivers State. You see that several people have come from the opposition angle to kick against to claim that the APC is the
Hold
major.
on.
Okay.
You cannot judge the membership of a political party by elections that were held in the state.
Yeah.
Reason is that even people who do not belong to political parties came out to vote for people they wanted to vote.
Which means they have sympathy. Which means they have sympathy for both the candidate and the political party.
You will have your say.
Okay.
But let me clarify something and then ask you a question.
Okay.
You cannot judge the membership of a party by elections. That's a very wrong yardstick to use. And I am asking you, are you privy to the party register of these political parties to know the number of members each political party has?
Number one, you said that my judgment is not a better yardstick. Number two, if I am privy to this, to the number of registered members of a certain political party, he can only be sure of the APC, which to me, I'm sure he's not quite sure of that of APC, because to a large extent, he swinged into APC midstream. He didn't start with them from onset. So to justify those whoever I brought in from backyard.
He did not, hold on. You cannot say he's not privy to the number of registered members in a party he was heading before the court.
Now let me prove you right.
You can't.
Let me prove myself right.
All right.
He came in and held to which whatever information that was available to him based on those who were around him. Remember, there was no official handover from Emeka Beke. So the list that is with Emeka Beke remains with Emeka Beke. and his group.
If you can't substantiate it, then you shouldn't even say that.
But you know that he has come up to say, and you are quoting him as if he is as real.
You cannot say could. You have negated your statement.
I have to.
Singular word.
I have to. Because the reason I have to do that is because I have to put myself on a safe plane. Because I am, remember I told you I am not a lawyer, but coming to what Governor Fubara has said, I commend him for that. And if he will go ahead to hold the election in Rivers State on October 5th and determine who stands as the
so that he'll be able to align the state
with the Supreme Court judgment.
With the Supreme Court judgment.
Very
so I wish him every best.
All right, very well. Now, there are concerns. You've also mentioned one of it, and that is the fact that people are saying, okay, local government elections are scheduled to hold, but so far, people are not really seeing activities among political parties. You know, both primaries being held, who are the candidates for local government elections, are campaigns even happening across the local governments, no posters, no banners, you know, are political parties, are their activities shrouded in secrecy at this point, or is it that nothing is even happening at all?
That was the reason why I spoke the way I spoke. Because we didn't want to hear much from the governor concerning local government election. We'd like to hear from the RISEC. And hearing from the RISEC means all the political parties will be notified. The date will be given to them when between this period and this period there must be primary elections. Between this period and this period, there will be room for anybody to appeal the conduct of the primary elections. From this period to this period, you have all the political party has the right to go public and begin to do their political evangelism in order to sell their candidates and other things. I've not heard all this. And honestly, we are not expecting the governor to be the one communicating this to us.
Okay.
I don't think the president of the country will be the one communicating to us.
That there will be no going back on presidential elections.
The presidential election, governorship election, and others. So we are not expecting.
We are anticipating local government elections. Everywhere is just calm. You know, no activity so far from local government. And then he also went forward to say that even if there is need to speak on the local government elections still going to hold, it's not the place of the governor to speak, it's the place of RISEC to speak. However, you, on the other hand, you know, you applauded the governor for coming out to say this and to assure Rivers people that elections were still going to hold. And then you took that opportunity to take a swipe at Tony Okocha, you know, apparently for reasons best known to you. Somehow you had to drag him into the conversation. So you can see that clearly. You told a very different path.
Remember, I spoke before. I spoke before him. So when he came to speak, and I bought into what he said, like for instance, we are all in Rivers State. There is no activities from the local from the political parties.
All right. Isn't that concerning? Isn't that worrisome?
No. Why should it be worrisome?
It's not worrisome.
It is their business. They do their business the way. If they like to go low key, it's their choice.
All political parties.
If they choose to go low key, that's their business. If they decide to make noise, that's their business. So coming on the area of maybe saying that governor shouldn't be the one talking to us. Remember the circumstance that brought about this. He went to receive defectors. And maybe perhaps a question might be thrown to him. He responded to that. And on that note, he said what he said. But we also expect the RISEC chairman to be the one communicating to us. That's where I said that I align with him.
You align with him.
Yeah.
Interesting. Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, has declared that the All Progressive Congress will produce the next governor of Abia State. Kalu stated that the current governor, Alex Oti, will be the last Labour Party governor to be in charge of the state. The Deputy Speaker, who represents Ben, the federal constituency under the APC, made this declaration during an interview. He assured that the APC will secure the governorship in the 2027 elections, citing the hard work of President Bola Tinubu as the reason for his confidence. He said, "This will be the last time that a Labour governor will govern Abia State. I say it without mincing words. The next governor of Abia State will be APC governor," Kalu declared. Kalu, however, stated that he is friends with the governor and he has made his stance known to the Abia State Chief Executive. "We are friends. We work together, but I will not be the number 6 citizen of the country and another party will govern my state. The next election in 2027, APC will be there. I have told him publicly and privately that the APC governor will be next in Abia State. How it will happen, I don't know, but it will happen. I am confident because my government is working hard. The president is working hard and Abia will repay Tinubu. Tinubu has given you the Southeast Development Commission. He will be repaid. Tinubu is appointing Abians into administration. Tinubu is attracting the dividends of democracy, which will be repaid. We are not ungrateful people. Monkey will not work and baboon will chop. APC will not help the state to be strong and Labour will take credit. APC will determine who will become the next governor of Abia State. I don't care about who the person is, but one thing I know is the platform. APC will be the next governor of Abia State. We are ready to work for Abia State, and we are tired of being outside the government at the center. We need to leverage the power of the center to increase the development of Abia State. If APC wins elections in Abia State, I will wreck my testes and drink the fluid." Jackson, what do you think of these statements? Because when I was reading, the exclamation coming from you was so much. I want to know what your take is.
I now begin to know part of our problem as a country. If number 6 citizen of this country can be speaking like this, so childishly, I don't know. But the only thing I see there is that possibly they must have been talking with Alex Oti to cross over to APC. That is the only thing I
can
see.
Deduce from the
long mention it to them that I don't want to be referred to as a politician because what is happening today in this country does not make somebody proud to be called a politician. Then, in this country today, let us be bold. I know of only 4 governors. And among these 4 governors, Alex Oti is on top. There is no governor today in this country that Nigerians should be proud of having than Alex Oti. He has done it at a particular sticker. Now, and somebody is saying because he did not align the ruling party at the federal. Because of that one, is it the ruling party at the federal? Is it that nomenclature that the people of Abia State want to eat or want to benefit, or a governor that is turning water to wine now in Nigeria, in Abia State? So, to me, that will be a very negative political statement made by him. And I think the party should even call on him. I think the leadership of the National Assembly should even call on him and review his office. Because number 6 citizen of Nigeria will be talking of busting his testes and drink the fluid. You understand? In a press conference, number 6 citizen of Nigeria, that my
then was not a change but a chain. Now, under Buhari, APC chained Nigerians. They put us in a cage and they sold us for a pair of sandals. Now, Tinubu came up to say it is my turn. Local. That's all. I made Buhari president, and the agreement I had with Buhari is that I'll be the next. At a long run, we discovered that Buhari wasn't actually parleying with him. Buhari had wanted Ahmed Lawan to come in. But somehow Tinubu waggled his way and won the primaries. Now, he has taken the seat of power. Very hard nut to crack in Abia State.
Very, very.
Look at it from this angle. Ojuzo Kalu was there. He served in PDP. When PDP was at the top, we didn't see anything. Theodoji came. He served in PDP. When PDP was at the top, we didn't see anything. Now, Ibazu came and was drinking Kai Kai and Pami and left Abia in shambles. Now, Alex Oti came. In fact, I believe that after this political dispensation, Alex Oti should be honored greatly in this country. Let every state begin to name their roads, name public buildings after Alex Oti.
Yes.
Because he's a man that has proven himself.
Yes.
He picked Abia State from nowhere and transformed Abia into something else. That is an Igbo man. I am proud of him. If not that I have stopped giving birth.
It's not an Igbo state. It's not an Igbo man.
I am coming. I have told you that I am proud of him. When your son does good, maybe well in school competition, he said, that's my son, that's my son.
Yes.
It doesn't mean you don't have other children.
Yes.
But you are proud of this one. Are you getting me? So you see that Abia State under Alex Oti has done what no president of Federal Republic of Nigeria had done. Alex Oti came. He didn't go into blame games. He picked the stuff from there and began to correct things that others didn't do well.
Can you give me a rundown of the things Alex Oti has done so far?
Numerous. Too numerous.
Wait. You don't need plenty of them.
All right, tell me.
Let me just tell you number one.
What is it?
Go to Aba today. You will not see all these touts loitering everywhere.
Okay.
Alex Oti had done it. He moved out of the way. Something that seemed impossible, Alex Oti did.
You're right.
Number 2, Enugu Road. Look at what he's doing there.
Port Harcourt Enugu
Expressway. You know, we at a point under the leadership of Ibeazu, we left the road for them. Now we were following a chair via Imo State to come back to join the road.
Omoeka.
Yes. To that Navy area.
Owerenta.
Yeah, Owerenta. Yes, thank you. But this man came and said, no, don't do that. Come back to the main road. And he fixed it. And in fact, he has dualized it. He has made it more concrete. I don't know if you come to the civil service and see what he's doing. Look at the way he's paying workers. Look at the electrification project he's carrying. So I don't know
how... No, hold on. The electrification project was actually a shell project.
Whether it is a shell, but the Bible, my Bible says
it was rounded up.
It was bad
in his time.
It was
so
bad,
hold on. When glory is being given, it is also good to also acknowledge the persons who were actually
that's the players
instrumental to it. But you know, the glory was solely given to Alex Oti, like he's the governor that brought electricity into Abia State.
My Bible.
And the thing is, understandably, he gloried on it into popularity.
Thank you.
But my job as a journalist,
yes,
is to also
you can dig the other areas. But my Bible says that when the righteous is in power, why didn't they finish it under it?
Yes.
When the righteous is in power, the people rejoice. So Alex Oti, I believe that even if he's a sinner, God may have a way of forgiving that man.
All right.
Because he has really proven to people that God may just, for the sake of the Abians, forgive Alex Oti of whatever he has done.
Okay.
So I believe that Alex Oti will have a space in heaven. Right. So when we get there, we'll chop knuckle.
All right. Interesting. And yes. You have also said you are making heaven by that reason.
For sure, I'm making heaven.
We are proud of.
I'm not just a priest, a righteous man.
You are proud of Alex Oti.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the only person that can be compared with him in this country is the governor of Borno State.
Okay. Yeah, Zulum.
Yes.
Zulum.
Yes.
That is it.
Those are the two governors.
So Nigeria has produced the best governor in Africa.
Yes.
In the person of Alex Oti. And I want to also plead with Alex Oti to contest for presidency of this nation.
Yeah,
in 2027.
He deserves it.
Honestly, we'll vote him.
Yes.
All right.
I will leave pulpit. In fact, I will campaign for him on the pulpit. I will go contrary to the ethics of priesthood. I will campaign for him on the pulpit. People should vote him because though I pray that the spirit that came on Tinubu will not come on him.
All right.
Because Tinubu walked in Lagos. He came to Abuja. Oh, thank God I'll put amen to it.
All right, moving forward. The Kogi State Governor, Alhaji Usman Ododo, has approved the appointment of 1,192 additional aides. This was contained in a statement issued on Monday by the Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Folashade Ayoade. The aides include Yakubu Abdul Hakim, who is to serve as the Executive Secretary, Kogi State Office for Disability, 165 Senior Special Assistants and 36 Special Assistants. Others on the list approved by the Governor are 574 Ward Special Assistants and 290 Local Government Special Assistants, the statement read. Kogi governorship candidate plans to appeal. Sorry about that. Similarly, Ododo also approved the appointment of Alhaji Ibrahim Abdul Sadiq as the Director of Protocol, First Lady, in addition to other retinue of aides. The governor congratulated all appointees and urged them to put in their best service to the state and humanity at large. Ayoade said that all appointments are with effect from September 1, 2024. Let me start with you, Nze, because you spoke so passionately about Governor Oti of Abia State. And now, we are on to Kogi State.
Defecation, Special Assistant on Motor Park. Governor, please pick it from where Yahya stopped, Yahya Bello, and hit the ground running. Develop Kogi State. Kogi State is supposed to be a haven for people. They have Abuja on road anymore. And they should have hidden it somewhere because it is not okay. Look at, we just talked very good of a governor now, only to turn the next page. It is about a bad governor. Let Ododo try and prove his worth. Yes, let him try and prove his worth. But if he thinks that the way he's going, because from what I see, he is simply appointing aides whom he will use to run an election. That is what I discovered from this. Now, putting ward assistants and local government assistants and all that, people who rig election for you. You can imagine a young governor like this who's supposed to be thinking of a better thing for Nigeria and for Kogi people, and he's now planning ward aids and local government and all that. What for? Just to rig election. And even during the election, because I went out and monitored the election, you see some of those aides will sit down and tell you, okay, I collect my pay. Na Labour Party we know, na P2B we know.
All right.
Are you getting me? Oh. So, but however, let Ododo please prove his worth in Kogi to better their lives. They're not asking for much.
All right. What do you have to say about Jackson?
He has spoken. I will just add little.
All right.
I think Ododo is planning, and today is on the run. Okay. That Ododo is planning to do. The political structure Ayabelo built has collapsed. And what this guy is trying to do now is to deceptively, I will be special advisor on the family matters, that they will come to my family, choose one of my sons to be special advisor to the governor on my family affairs. Over 200,000 aides. They swore them in on a particular feed. No letter of appointment. No reference at all. You understand? So, if the people of Kogi State know what is happening, this guy is just deceiving them. At the end of the day, in their salary, 100,000 naira will be there, but they are giving them 10,000 every month. So this guy is just using them for trading. But I want to tell you, with this, Ododo will end up the way Ayabelo ended up as a fugitive today. He can no longer operate. He cannot appear anywhere on the surface of the soil of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I think Ododo is working towards speedily. May God help him.
You're right. People's Democratic Party and the Labour Party on Monday berated the President Bola Tinubu-led federal government for purchasing a new presidential jet worth $100 million without the approval of the National Assembly. The PDP Deputy National Publicity Secretary Ibrahim Abdullahi and Deputy Youth Leader Timothy Osadolo said the action of the government is insensitive, while Nigerians are generally facing hard times and struggling to feed. Similarly, the campaign spokesperson for the Labour Party's presidential candidate, Yunus Atanko, said it was worrisome that the president would prioritize his convenience over the well-being of the generality of Nigerians among the economic hardship in the country. On Monday, President Tinubu embarked on a working visit to France aboard a newly acquired Airbus A330 business jet. The aircraft is now registered to the Nigerian Air Force. This model, typically used as a twin-aisle passenger aircraft, was purchased last month at a cost of $100 million. The special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, shared images of the presidential jet on his verified X handle, providing the public with a glimpse of the new addition to the presidential fleet. The images quickly gained attention, showcasing the jet's modern features. According to Onanuga, this new jet replaces the older Boeing B737-700 BBJ, which had been in service for 19 years since its purchase during former President Olusegun Obasanjo's administration. The upgrade marks a significant step in modernizing the presidential fleet. Jackson Lekojo.
Well, I've since yesterday congratulated the Nigerians on my WhatsApp status. I've congratulated all of you.
Why are you congratulating me?
That your president has gotten a new jet.
Your president as well?
Yeah, my president as well.
All right.
So it's a big, on behalf of the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and government, I've congratulated all Nigerians. It's a very good thing that has happened. But my own concern is this. According to the news around that jet, it's not a brand new jet, one. And I wouldn't know why we would go and buy a fairly used jet. You understand? Which I know the life of a jet can last for 1,000 years because of periodic maintenance and upgrading. So the ones we have, we could even spend less than 2% of the total cost of this one to upgrade what we have on ground today. That's one. Two, I wouldn't know the reason why our presidential jet will become an Airbus. What do we need the Airbus for? Airbus that will take minimum of 300 people. How many people will be traveling with Mr. President across the globe that we need 300, we need Airbus for? I think jet would have been okay, maybe maximum of 50 passengers or other things. You understand? That is that again. And now, is it the time we need all this? I've said something before. I said, you change your car. You are eating chicken. As you drop it, you carry turkey, you eat. Malt with a yogurt. You are taking it. And you tell the children, say, my children, calm down. The period is tough. Things will soon bounce back. Your children will be rude to you. When I was building my country home, I was doing it speedily. I was rushing it. The particular time I couldn't do some things at home. My second son called me, Daddy. I've not heard of that when daddy is building a house, the children will be suffering. And I learned from it. I said, no, it's not supposed to be like that. He said, but it's like that now. Instantly, I called the contractor there. I said, the numbers of mason you use on a daily basis, please stop it. I intended completing that house within 6 months. but I want to do it now so that it won't affect my own. But this is not what we are talking about now. People, even if this jet has been purchased, I think it would have been better for government to keep it first, not to publicize it. Because people just ended this, what they call, 10 days protest. What was the hashtag? Bad governance and bad governance. And these people did not stop this thing ordinarily, but they shift till October 1st. And between now and October 1st, between then and October 1st, you are doing something that will give them headache, that they may decide not to even wait. People that do not even have support for them before may decide to want to join them because of what is going on. The same thing happened. The House Atiku leave for 8 years. The House Jonathan leave as the vice president. The House Namadi Sambo leave as vice president. The House Osibajo leave as vice president. They just renovated it now with 19 billion in this country. And people don't know this. People should go online. The same president has just acquired an Escalade Jeep. The type the US president is riding. And that cost about 995 million. That is only 5 million to be 1 billion for a car where a lot of Nigerians are not sure of a meal a day. Protein now, a lot of people are eating rice now, no protein. Go to Mama Put, the local restaurant. You hear people say, give me rice. Meat, no. In this situation, no. I don't think it's normal at all. I don't think it's normal at all. It would have been better for us to maintain. Some people were even suggesting in the time past that the presidential fleets, some of our private jets could be sold. Then they use the money to upgrade some of the presidential fleets, some of the aircraft in the presidential fleet. That one is not done. Those ones are abandoned. Then they have to acquire this one. Maybe in the next 2 months, they will go and acquire another one too for $80 million for the vice president. Then they want $50 million for Akpabio. Just like that. You understand? So to me, I think Nigerians are so unique, so gentle, so simple. You understand? But this government is taking our simplicity, they have turned it to stupidity. Our docility has been taken for stupidity. You understand? They will hear this. I know they will not work with it. But there are a lot of persons around the president are deceiving Mr. President. That is why they are doing this. If you must do this, voted for, is saddened.
All right. Nze, what do you have to say about this?
If I have my way, I would have opted not to speak on this because I'm almost getting emotional about it. You know, in a society where people just ended a protest whose leader was mainly hunger. The president, the leadership of that country is spending $100 million to purchase something that to me is not necessary. It is painful. As a man of the masses, as a man of the people, I feel pained that our leadership, the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is insensitive to the plight of over 200 million Nigerians. It's insensitive to our cry, just justifying what the Senate president said before the protest, that let them do the protest while we stay here to eat. They will be doing their eating, Nigerians will be doing their crying. So that is what Tinubu has just proved. You remember that in this station, I told you that that statement of Akpabio requires Akpabio to quickly leave that office, justifying my claim that Akpabio will never be a good Senate president. Now, he has said that today, Tinubu has justified shouting, and you are buying jet. Not that we don't have at all. Leko just said that the lifespan of a jet can exceed even the 19 years they are talking about. But you see that instead of them to keep maintaining these jets and keep using it, they went to acquire a fresh one. Even while Nigerians were crying and saying, no, don't do that, no, don't do that, no, don't. They went ahead and got what they want to get. And he bought the cars he want to. They do what they want to do because I see ourselves as defeated masses. Nigerians today are defeated under these tyrants. They are proving to us that they have defeated the way the colonial masters defeated Africa and turned Africans to slaves. Now you see that a man will steal a head of corn and they will catch him by police and jail him, and these people are stealing our commonwealth and nobody's talking, and they will come back to speak to us in national televisions and they will expect us to listen to them. Rachel, I feel bad. Immediately I saw this thing in the news, I said, oh my God, who has brought us to this extent? And look at why we are even crying and shouting at their misrule and their bad governance and the level they have plunged Nigerians. They are even preparing to contest the election again. And it pains me when I see some people coming out to say that Tinubu government has done well in Nigeria. Look at Benjamin Kanu coming to tell Abians that Tinubu has done them well. How? Tinubu has done them well. How? Honestly, this is very, very bad. It is very, very annoying. And the man of the people with themselves and do whatever they want to do. But when it comes to what concerns us, they divide us. Say you're a Christian, a Muslim. Also, you are Igbo, you are Yoruba, and all that. And look at what is going on. Please let international communities, if they can come to help us, let them come. But right. I believe that even without international communities, the masses can stand and say enough is enough. Let us give ourselves to say enough is enough to this menace of Tinubu government.
All right, Jackson, you want to say
the only thing I want to say again is we are like running an autocratic system. It's only in the autocratic system that the president does whatever he likes without any principle of check and balances. I am very sad also when I discovered that they said the $100 million was not appropriated for, was not approved by the National Assembly. That is to say, today, our National Assembly is just a department in the presidency. That is autocratic system, which is not tenable anywhere in the world. May God save the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
All right. And moving on to end bad governance in Nigeria protest, the fallout. Communique by NLC. Ajero invited by the police on terrorism and related investigation. The president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Comrade Joe Ajero, has been invited by the Nigeria Police Force for interview on charges connected to criminal conspiracy, terrorism financing, reasonable felony, subversion, and cybercrime. The letter of invitation signed by ACP Adamu Muazu on behalf of Commissioner of Police Intelligence, dated August 19, 2024, says Ajero's name was mentioned in ongoing investigations connected to criminal conspiracy, terrorism financing, reasonable felony, subversion, and cybercrime. Accordingly, the letter directed to Ajero to report at the IRT complex Abattoir by Guzape Junction on Tuesday, August 20th at 10 a.m., threatening that a warrant of arrest would be issued against him if he failed to report. A personal message sent to Comrade Joe Ajero by SP Moshood said, "We are at the Labour House to submit this letter of invitation, but the place was locked, sir." And also continue to say in their communique, "We find this curious because staff were in the office beyond 6 p.m. We also note that Comrade Joe Ajero was not addressed by his official title of President of the Nigeria Labour Congress. Clearly, the last has not been heard about the raid on the headquarters of the Nigeria Labour Congress. Preceding the raid, Congress had advised government to dialogue with organizers of the protest, even as Congress had clearly stated that it was not part of the protest. Congress criticized the police for high casualty rates during the protest. Congress, in its NEC communique after the raid, expressed outrage at the behavior of the police and demanded an apology from both the police and government. At its World Press Conference last Thursday, Congress had raised an alarm that should anything happen to the leadership of the Congress or any of its members, the police should be held accountable. The question on the lips of those in the know is, who wants Joe Ajero out of circulation? This communique was signed by Benson Opa, Head Media and Information for the Nigerian Labour Congress. Nze, what do you have to say about this development?
There is a trending song in social media today by music legend Mike Ajero, the Gogongongo thing. I see Gogongongo playing here. You know, he said our feeling, that's what we feel. Whether he was settled or he was not settled.
That's what you feel. You can't state it as
if I don't tell you
facts.
No, if I don't tell you what I feel, should I tell you what you feel?
When he says settlement, he didn't say they give him anything.
When I say settled, I don't know how he was settled or how he's been. I said, and I have to tell you what I feel. I wouldn't say what you feel.
Then what you would do, hold on, so that you don't get yourself into trouble.
Trouble of the police or trouble of NLC.
Hold on. And we are also a regulated body as well.
Yeah.
So what you can say is you feel that he settled, not saying it as a statement of
facts. Ajero, when he prepared for protest, Nigerians will be, for a strike, Nigerians will be looking up to him. That even market women were opting at a point to join in the strike, refusing to sell. Taxi drivers were preparing to join in the strike. And Ajero will go somewhere, as we feel, discuss with whoever, and suddenly they will call off the strike. And maybe he was doing that so that he will not fall into the hands of the authority. To the extent that even when people gathered themselves, in fact, when hunger gathered all the people together and led the people to the street, Ajero was bold enough to say that NLC is not part of it. But immediately after that, his office was raided. Now, he's been invited. That his name was mentioned in an investigation about terrorism, financing, and blah, 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 blah. Our people say that when you want to kill a dog, you give it a bad name. So that is what I see the Nigerian police trying to do for the leadership of this country. The president of Nigerian Labour Congress was beating blue-black. Today, nobody is hearing anything about who beat him, why he was beaten, and all that. It was swept under carpet. And Ajero didn't learn his lesson. It is good. Since you know that if you talk, you go die. If you not talk, you go die. It is better you talk the talk and die. Let people celebrate you for what you say. Because if you talk that talk and you still die, your talk will live on. But if you out of fear, you didn't talk the talk, you still die. You die, everything about you perishes. Look at it. Now that he's been invited. And they have threatened that if he fails to respond to that invitation, they will issue a warrant of arrest. Which means there is no how he can escape it. Do you think that Nigerians will stand up for Ajero now? Since Ajero refused to stand up for Nigerians. When he goes to negotiating table, Ajero will be negotiating the welfare of civil servants alone. And forget about Nigerians. Ajero came up with a certain amount of money that should be allocated for the civil servants for their minimum wage. And Ajero was not looking at the fuel price that is putting Nigeria to their knees. He negotiated only the minimum wage for those who are working. What do you know the number of the civil servants we have in Nigeria and the number of those who are not working in the civil service? The number of those who are not working in civil service outnumbers those who are working in civil service. And Ajero, whom Nigeria is believing to be leading us, standing for us, will go there and negotiate for his own group. So now that the people he was defending has come against him, let him face the dance. But it is unfortunate for Nigerian police, let me say this. It is very, very much unfortunate. They raided the Nigerian Labour Congress office for a flimsy reason. And they have not come to educate Nigerians, to explain to Nigerians why they did that. Which means Nigerian police is becoming, if I may say, above the law. In fact, they claim they are law themselves. But that notwithstanding. Now, the Joe Ajero you are pursuing, what has he done to you? If you kill Joe Ajero, do you think that you might get more Ajeros whom you have not met? So I advise Nigerian police, tread with caution. You have invited him. Remember, he is the president of Nigerian Labour Congress. Treat his case with human face. That is my decision. If by any means he's involved in what he's accused, well, let him get himself out of it. Let him answer for himself. But if he's not involved, let it not that you are trying to give a dog a bad name in order to kill it. That is my advice.
All right, Jackson, what do you have to say about this?
Well, being a security expert, I would tell police to do their work, but they should be diligent. If there is a petition written against anybody, police, the DSS, and others will have the right to investigate. And instead of them to just sweep into Joe Ajero's residence or wherever to arrest him, they are giving him honor by inviting him. Invitation by the police does not mean crucifixion or what we call it. It does not mean it's just to question him. Sometimes ago, I was invited by the DSS. They interacted with me about 2 hours, and at the end of the day, they tell me to go. So I think anybody can be questioned. Anybody can be invited at any time for questioning. So at the end of the day, when they question you and they find you not guilty of whatever petition that must have arisen from anywhere, they tell you to go. So I don't want to really make any serious comment now. Let us see at the end of the invitation, let us see what will happen. Definitely, Joe Ajero has his personal lawyers. Nigeria Labour Congress has their own personal lawyers. I know that Femi Falana is one of their lawyers. Femi Falana is not a joke when you talk of legal issues. So to me, and being the president of Nigeria Labour Congress, I don't think they want to treat him with or carelessness or whatever. But one thing I'm afraid is this. They may want to treat him wrongly in order to send signal to the public that you don't talk negative of the government. And if that happens, that is to say, they are already infringing on the fundamental human right of Nigerian citizens from freedom of speech. So let them not do it like that. And the caution that I want to give in the side of government, that is police, because police is part of the executive arm of government. The caution is this: they should be very careful, courteous the way they deal with Joe Ajero. They might deal with him wrongly, and they might not know that they are pulling another trigger that will send this nation into every crisis. So whatever they are doing with him, let them be diligent, let them be transparent, let them be open. He is questioning another thing, they might even make it open to the public, so that if there is any way they want to prosecute him, people will see the moral justification in that.
All right.
That is my advice.
All right. Now, in the fallout of the raid at the NLC Secretariat, you recall that NLC came out after that to say that they are suspecting that their office, their secretariat, has been bombed. And they said that they were going to, call some technicians to do a security sweep of their secretariat. And at this morning, as we speak, NLC has called for an emergency NEC meeting over this development. Now, in light of the letter, you recall also during the protest, NLC wrote a letter where they condemned police brutality during the protest, and they clearly also said in that letter that they had advised the president, the executive arm of the government, to consider the cries of the people. In their letter, clearly, you would say that in their letter, they aligned with the cries of the people during the protest and condemned police brutality, and also removed themselves in a way from the protest by saying that they are not the organizers of this protest. Now, also considering the fact that over 1,000 people have been jailed over 1,000 protesters have been jailed without bail, without hearing, and they are now in prison. One would wonder at the actions of the current administration over dissenting voices, over protests. And you would agree with me that a lot of persons also were even calling out the Shehu Sani actually told President Tinubu that he is the father of protests during his own time. Now, what is going on in this country? Is this an infringement on fundamental human rights of the citizens? They have a right to protest under the Constitution. The government was actually given adequate time, 1 month notice for the protest. So why these moves by the government in face of the hunger and the anger? Don't forget that after this protest, before the protest, fuel was at 700 naira. After the protest, fuel is about 1,000 naira, 950, 1,000 naira. Make it make sense to me when you marry the reality on ground. The government begging the Nigerian people, give us more time. The government buying jets of what was the name of the plane again? Of over $100 million. Now clamping down on protesters, imprisoning them, and then this move against the NLC. You said it's a time bomb waiting to happen. When you marry all these things together, what do you think will happen if Joe Ajaero is not properly handled? Have you thought about the possibility of NLC shutting down the economy of this country?
You see, that's why I said the government should be very careful. When pressure is gathering, it might be gathering silently. When the pressure gathers to an extent, the little thing that will trigger it is just a little punch. And that pressure that has been gathering will become an explosive and may consume so many things. So to me today, I doubt if people are happy today. I think it's only the ruling class that are happy. The ruling class is less than 0.10% of the population of the Federal Republic of Nigeria today. People are angry. I am angry because it has gotten to a level now that I have to go and measurize myself. My dogs eat well before. It has gotten to a level now that the dogs eat once a day. And I tell my children too, let us be doing fasting every morning till 12. They don't know that this is economic fasting, so that we can eat twice a day. I am angry, but there is nothing I can do Before I leave my house today, I pray to God. That is the power I have. Because whatever you are saying on radio, on TV, on newspaper here and there, even if they listen to it, they will say that look at it, it's an hungry man, that is why he's making noise. But then, let the government tread very, very softly.
All right.
If the issue of Joe Ajero, if they are not very careful about it, the labor may come out to sort the economy of this country. And before that October 1st, the crisis may erupt and it may be uncontrollable. I want to urge Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. People like us love him so much because we know what he did from the time of June 12th. We know what he did to face Abacha regime. We know what he did. Even when Jonathan was there as an opposition leader, we know what he did. He led people to save Nigerians when Nigerians do not even need any safety. Why is Mr. President now? That the Yoruba proverb, they say, Apani, Igbakemuda Kojanuwajo, that is literally means those people that know how to use cutlass to attack people. When they see you with cutlass, they are running away. Mr. President should be very careful. I'm always supporting him, but he must be very careful. Some of his handlers, some of his aides are not in his support.
All right.
He should be careful.
All right. What is your concluding statement
On this.
on this or any other story we discussed today that stood out for you?
You know, the truth remains that those at the helm of affairs are behaving as if